Hey, this is the Yamaha CP30 that I have for sale, a kind of lost vintage electronic keyboard from the 70s, famous for being used by Christine McVie of Fleetwood Mac. It is not to be mistaken for its bigger brothers, the CP70 and the CP80, which were actual electric pianos with hammers. This is an analog synthesizer, actually, with full 88 key polyphony. And it's a very unusual instrument. It's not mythologized like a Rhodes or a Wurlitzer, but it is its own thing. And one of the best things about it, and the first feature I'm going to show you, is it has, like all of the Yamaha flagship products of this era, a extremely high quality key bed. In fact, much, much better than the Rhodes that I have downstairs. And I just wanted to show you that everything is working on this, so we're gonna go chromatic, right? 88 keys and they all work great, and the feel of the thing is just phenomenal. Matter of fact, the feel of it is so good, you really wish it had a MIDI out. Okay, let's talk about its features for a second. If you can come here for a second. Here is the heart of the sounds, and it comes in two sections, section 1, section 2, and you see they appear to be identical. Piano 1 through piano 3 plus harpsichord, piano 1 through piano 3 plus harpsichord. But each of the 6 piano sounds is actually subtly different. So for instance, right now, you're going to listen to piano 1 from section 1. Now we'll switch to 2. Now 3. Now we're going to go over to section 2 here. See, they're all different. Now, here's the key. See, balance, section 1 side, section 2 side. So you can choose exactly how much you're getting of 1 and exactly how much you're getting of 2. And which sounds those are determined, of course, by these switches. Why that's useful. Let's say you really like piano 1, and this is all piano 1 right now. It actually is. Okay, but you'd like a little bit of a harpsichord sound there. We're going to add that in, and then just blend in the tiniest bit of harpsichord for attack. Even less. This would be 50-50. There's another cool thing you can do. If you go over here, Decay, section 1, Decay, section 2. If you just want the attack of that harpsichord at the beginning of your electric piano sound, let's take the decay of that almost down to 0. And we'll mix them 50-50 here. So the decay is all piano 1, but the attack has harpsichord 2 mixed in. So you see you can actually do some cool things with it. Another sweet feature of it is global tremolo, which you can add to 1 or to 2. It'll be the same on both, so let's add it to both. Actually, let's just make this a 2 piano sound. It's a weird tremolo, and sometimes it takes a minute to kick in. There it is. Got a little old analog quirkiness. We've already been over the decay. As I said, this is an analog synthesizer actually under the hood here, under the giant hood. But if you look here, you'll see you have independent pitch controls for section 1 and section 2, which is great for chorusing and detuning effects, for instance. Hear the beating in there. All right, so the other interesting thing about this is that it used a technology that was common at the time. I think they call it divide down chips or something like that. This thing has not only 88 key polyphony, it has it for all 8 voices. So now all 8 voices are on. Balance is in the center. 88 key polyphony times 8. Am I right? Other than that, some rudimentary tone controls over here, which are pretty useful. Treble and bass, you might have heard of them. And volume. And then we're going to go over to the side here for a second. Come over here. And all that's important to us over here, sustain pedal works great. Look at the outputs. You have a separate output for 1 and 2 and what it's in right now, the combined, and that's why our mix control allows us to balance section 1 and section 2. One thing that should be noted is that these independent 1 and 2 outputs do not operate simultaneously, so it's not like you can route output 1 to one rack of effects and output 2 to somewhere else. You have to use the combined output to do something like that. So, yeah. Yamaha CP30, weird beast, weighs about 80 pounds. It's in pristine condition. I bought it from a guy, it had been in his garage for 20, 30 years. So you're not going to find a more cherry one than this. It's an unusual unit, and it has some noise. If you can hear it, you can almost hear 88 notes ringing all the time. It almost has a little drone. It's a very unusual unit. I kind of like it, but I'm getting a real piano.
All right.